How's it going, guys? My name's Oliver. Today I'm making a short video explaining how to hire a good media buyer for your agency. I know there's already multiple videos on this subject, but I feel like I have a way that makes this entire process a lot more efficient, and it allows you to really find the best talent out there. And as you know, if you've been watching my videos, having a good media buyer is super important because service delivery is the most important part in your business. So you really have to take time to find good people to help you out, and if you're able to find those people, I'm telling you, this entire process of starting your agency is going to be so much easier for you, and you'll be at the end of the road making a lot more money if you do have better media buyers with you. So today I'm going to be sharing the exact process that I used, and if you guys replicate it, you'll find as much success as I did with my agency. Alright, so here we are once again on my favorite application. I want to at first go through the process that most people do so that you can understand kind of the difference between what the regular people do and what really successful agencies do in order to hire the best talent. So it's not super complicated, but I do want to go in depth enough so you guys can understand really how to do this process, okay? So what do most people do to hire their media buyers? It starts with the process of somebody wanting to start their own SMMA or just their agency, okay? So what do? They discover this type of business, they watch a couple of YouTube videos, and then they learn pretty quickly that, okay, I have to do Facebook ads, I'll pick a niche, and then I have to hire a media buyer. Okay, that's normal. That's the regular process that people go through. Once they get to this point and they realize they have to hire a media buyer, what do? They create a job post on multiple Facebook groups. So just a regular job post. Hi, my name is this. I'm starting my agency. I'm looking for someone who can run my Google ads or Facebook ads or whatever service delivery you're doing. What happens is that you get a bunch of messages of people saying they're interested and they want to work with you. And what do is you go through the applications one by one. So you'll ask them a couple of questions on text, you'll schedule a Zoom interview, and then spend half an hour to an hour interviewing that person. And what happens is that you waste so much time with these interviews that you don't really know who to hire, who's good, who's not good. And after doing a couple of interviews, you end up pretty much just hiring the cheapest one out there and hope they can deliver on what they're promising. That's what most people do. And if you already watch a couple of videos on how to hire a media buyer, you probably recognize this little process that most people use. Okay? The reason why I don't like it is that first of all, it takes so much time to go through all of the applications one by one, so you waste a lot of time. And second of all, it's very hard. It's very difficult to hire good talent when you use this method because you're not filtering out anyone. You basically just look at the case studies and you don't really understand what's happening and you're hoping you can deliver a good result. They say they can do good things, but at the end of the day, you can't really confidently say that, yeah, I trust in my media buyer. I trust that he can deliver 10 out of 10 results for all of my clients, which is why I don't like this process. So when I was starting my agency, this is what I did because everyone was saying to do it. And then as I was working on my business and I realized a couple of things, I started doing things differently. So how is my process different than most people? So this is the process that I use for my own agency. Ever since I learned how to do this, this is the only way I hired any talent for any of my businesses. It's very efficient. It allows you to filter out a bunch of people and actually find good talent out there. And having good talent is the most important part. If you have a team behind you who's helping you build a business and everyone's an A+ player, you're going to be making more money, you'll be signing more clients, and your agency overall will be a lot more successful. So first step, like the previous method, people, they discover the agency model, they want to start their own. Instead of just watching a couple of YouTube videos and wanting to start right away, I say do extensive research on this whole agency model. You have to understand absolutely everything. Now, how can you do that? You can watch YouTube videos as well. I recommend talking to someone who has experience, who knows what they're doing. Do what you have to do in order to learn how this agency model works. Not only the basics, but also what separates people with agencies that don't succeed with the people who actually make 10, 20, 30 grand per month. Okay, what is the main difference in between those people and how can I be one of those top players? All right, so spend some time, really learn what makes an agency actually successful. Once you've done your research, you picked your niche, you picked your service delivery, you have a good offer. Instead of just posting a job post on the Facebook group on your service delivery, what I recommend is to buy a cheap course on your service delivery. I'm not asking you to become the best at your service delivery, to become an absolutely expert media buyer and know extensively how to run your service delivery. But what I'm asking you is to at least learn the basics. By learning the basics, you'll easily be able to filter out the people who apply, who actually know what they're doing, versus the people who basically just like exactly what you did. They bought a course and now they kind of self-proclaim themselves as an expert in whatever your service delivery is. Okay, we want people with actual experience who know what they're actually doing. And the only way you can filter out those people is by understanding the basics of your service delivery. All right, so this is something that I recommend every agency owner to do. Buy a cheap course and learn the basics. Once you've done that, this is another part that many people skip. I don't know, I don't understand why, but if you can do this, you will find the best talent. Like, this is the main key point in this whole process. Okay? Research the KPIs of your service delivery in your specific niche. So what's KPIs? Key performance indicator. All right, so those are things like cost per lead. So how much does it cost to get a lead? Cost per conversion. How much is the conversion worth? How much is it worth for your business? Okay, there's a bunch of things that you guys have to find out in order to run successful ad campaigns or your successful service delivery. And how do you find these specific KPIs of your business? By doing research. I like to look at previous case studies, like case studies of people who have actually run successful campaigns in that specific niche. So let's say you're working with, dentists, and you're running Google ads. I would look at other people who have done the similar stuff. I would look at their numbers, their metrics, and use that as a base when I'm hiring my media buyers. So let's say I looked at 5 different case studies, and on average, they all, spent $20 to get a conversion. By me knowing that information, when I do the hiring process, I'm easily going to be able to filter out people who are good and the media buyers who are bad. Because I know that on average, it should cost about $20 to get a conversion. Okay? So this is why you have to do extensive research before actually doing the hiring. So you know what works and what doesn't work. That is the only way you're going to find the best talent out there. Once you do the research, I like to do something that's called a hiring VSL. What is this? It's basically a video sales letter of a recording of yourself, similar to what I'm doing, but on screen, you would basically write down what you're looking for in a media buyer. And you basically explain what the job entails and what you're looking for in a media buyer. So if you're running Google ads, it can be confusing because there are multiple parts in the ads. So what exactly you're looking for in a media buyer? So you can write a document and explain what you want. You can say, we're hiring a media buyer who specializes in Google ads. We're looking for this amount of experience. We're looking for someone who can also create the landing pages for us. We're looking for phone call leads. We're looking for people who work with local businesses. Like, whatever you're looking for, make a video of yourself explaining exactly the job description. By doing that, first of all, people watch the entire thing, they'll qualify themselves. Okay, so maybe they'll listen to the video, they'll be like, I don't know how to make landing pages, and this guy is looking for landing pages, so I'm not going to apply. So already, by doing that, you're filtering out a bunch of people. And what I'd like to do as well is include a Google form with a questionnaire. I'll ask multiple questions. And if you ask me, like, what question should I ask, Oliver? By learning the basics and the KPIs, you will know what to ask. Okay, I can't tell you exactly what to do because depending on your service delivery and your niche, everything will be different. And what you can include in that Google form is a part where you ask them to send a case study. And also what I like to do is ask them to record a short 5-minute video of themselves, just going through their case studies and explaining their numbers and how exactly the ad campaign worked. So an example would be, okay, this is a project that I worked on. We were running ads for this local plumber. This is the ad that we ran. This is the part that I struggled with at first, but I managed to overcome by doing this. These are the metrics that I obtained by doing this ad campaign. Like, basically them explaining on an overview of how the ad campaign worked. How did they manage it? And by doing that, first of all, you can evaluate their performance just by looking at their metrics and also understanding the reasoning behind their ad campaign, like why did they structure it that way? And also, you get kind of like a mini interview without actually doing an interview. The person interviews themselves. So you get to look at the person, see how they speak. Do they seem like professional? Do they seem like they know what they're talking about? Or is it kind of bullshitting? So you can easily filter out people just simply by watching the video. And by doing that, what happens is that you end up getting a bunch of answers on your forum. All you have to do is look at them, filter out the people who you don't like, watch the videos of people who you think might be a good fit for your business. And if you do actually think they're a good fit, then you can hop on like an actual interview with them. Okay, this process is so much better and it's more efficient and it's easier to find good talent by doing it this way. Instead of going through one application one by one, asking them the same questions, going on interview, figuring out that, okay, this person actually does not know what they're doing. Instead of doing this entire process like over and over, just create a video sales letter, ask them a couple of questions on the forum, ask them to make a video of themselves explaining a case study, and boom, you have everything you need to qualify a media buyer and understand if they'd be a good fit for your business or not. It's very simple. So that is exactly what I do to hire my media buyers and also hire different types of team members that I need. It's very efficient, it's effective, and I think you guys should be doing the same thing if you're looking to have a successful agency. So I hope this video was useful, and we'll see each other on the next one.